Hey everybody, and welcome to the very first video in the CallRail Mastery Course. In this video, I'm going to go over the very basics of call tracking, how it works, why we're going to use it, what it looks like on your website, and the reason that I even created this course and the reason that, quite honestly, platforms like CallRail exist is because there are severe limitations to tracking calls when you're running data-driven campaigns through PPC or just digital marketing campaigns or offline campaigns, and you're wanting to use data to establish metrics to gauge results. There are tons of limitations, even in a platform like AdWords, which has a ton of data, and then also it's incredibly difficult through various offline media, television or other digital marketing campaigns. There's just places that you're advertising. So we're going to use CallRail in this course because it's a platform that I am incredibly familiar with. It's been really helpful for us at Paracore, and it plays really nicely with the call tracking world and environment. All right, so let's talk about why we are talking about call tracking and what is possible in theoretical and just the basics. All right, so here is a website or a landing page or something that is on the web, and here's a phone number. All right, 7 digits. So you're running pay-per-click advertising, you're running Facebook ads, you have some referral partners, you're running some banners, and they're all going to this website, hypothetically. Now you have referring, let's say that you're even on top of your game and you have UTM tags and you know where the traffic's coming from and you have a contact form, but you're a bankruptcy attorney and you get a lot of phone calls. People are calling you all the time to set up appointments and for intake, right? To become a customer of this bankruptcy law firm. Now, if you're running referral campaigns, you're running Facebook ads or whatever, when someone calls you, you actually don't know how they found you. Now, typically the way people get around this is they say, hey, how'd you find us? And someone might say, oh, Google. And it's like, cool. As a pay-per-click lead generation agency, I happen to know that nobody has any idea if they're calling from a paid ad or an organic ad. So if someone says Google, it could be a paid ad or it could be organic. And you don't know. And so you're going to mark it down as internet or web or Google or something like that. And that just doesn't work if you're spending, $10,000, $50,000. We have a bankruptcy attorney that spends $100,000 a month, or actually more, on generating leads for his law firm. So if you're spending that kind of money, hearing Google really isn't the answer that you want when you're trying to figure out where your leads are coming from. So a call tracking system like CallRail takes all the inbound traffic, looks at the referring URL, and then does a dynamic number swap on your website and shows a variety of different numbers. When it does that, it cookies the user's computer and then shows a different number. And then when they call, and they call that number associated with that cookie and then convert, it says this person came from Google Organic because the referring URL was Google Search. Or this person came from this website because the UTM tag for the banner that you purchased is showing that they came from that website. Or this person came from AdWords because the Google Click ID is in the URL. So what happens is the number swaps, someone calls, and then within the CallRail platform, you can actually see where that caller came from, what pages they viewed on their website, and then start associating success and results and metrics with the various campaigns that you're running. So I'm going to walk through all of that just one more time on what it might look like on this website. And so we're going to talk about just a few different sources of traffic. So one source of traffic might be Facebook. Not awesome for a bankruptcy attorney, but hey, I'm going to throw it out there. The next source might be AdWords, and then you might have organic. And all of these are driving traffic. So you have all 3 of these driving traffic to your website. And they're all getting there. And AdWords does have a call tracking script that swaps the number, and it shows you some data in the AdWords platform. So AdWords is one platform that has some call tracking capabilities. They're not as advanced and robust as a third-party system like CallRail. I'll get into that in future videos, but for the AdWords experts, yes, I know there's call tracking in AdWords, but it's not nearly as sophisticated as what we have. And I mean, even just something really basic like call recording, not possible in AdWords. So that alone is worth, the nominal fee that something like CallRail costs. So anyway, so AdWords is driving traffic, Facebook's driving traffic, and organic's driving traffic. And when these people come, you're going to have a CallRail script that I think, it might be in the header, but I'm just putting it down here. This says CallRail. That's going to swap the number dynamically on your website. And it's also going to cookie you. Just keep in mind that in order to get cookied and in order to know exactly where people are coming from, you need to use a phone number pool. Again, it's in a future video. We talk about single phone numbers versus phone number pools. You definitely need a phone number pool to get the maximum benefit from CallRail. All right, so Facebook comes in, and then what happens is CallRail sees Facebook, and then it changes this to, we're just going to do all ones. So it changes it to all ones. So that person coming from Facebook is seeing all ones. And then 15 seconds later, someone comes from AdWords. That person is going to see a phone number that's all twos. And then 5 minutes after that, someone comes from an organic search term, and that person's going to see all threes. And that's your pool. So you're actually going to have a pool of at least 4 phone numbers. 4 is the minimum. When people are coming from different sources, the number's going to swap out Facebook, AdWords, and then we're just going to say organic. And then they're going to navigate around your site. And keep in mind, this cookie is tracking them. It's following them around. It's saying, oh, you went to the home page. You went to the About page. You went to the Services page. You went to the Contact page. Then you went to the Bankruptcy page. And that page seemed interesting to you, and you called on that page. So when they make the call, the cookie is then going to push all that information to the CallRail platform. It's going to log all the activity, very similar to like HubSpot. And then it's going to associate, let's say, that organic call with all the threes. It's going to come in. And in your CallRail platform, you're going to be able to record the call. You're going to be able to route it. You can tag it. You can run reports on it. So you can say, hey, I received 100 leads this month. And I see through, and prior to this, it's like, AdWords is reporting 25 phone calls, but the duration is over 30 seconds because that's our conversion threshold, and they're averaging this amount of time. But, and the law firm might be like, well, a bunch of people called for a job. That happens in home healthcare a lot. A lot of people called for a job. They weren't really leads. We didn't get any more business. You said you generated 25 leads, but we didn't get any more business. And so in the case of home healthcare, it's like, well, we listen to the calls and we say, okay, now with CallRail, we know that actually 20 of those were people looking for a job. It's a very common issue that we've experienced, and 10 of them were leads. And so that's not great. So we need to kind of figure out how to get rid of those job seekers, which is very hard in that industry. So now we have 100 leads. Let's say we have 25 from AdWords. We also know 10 came from Facebook, which you couldn't even track before. You wouldn't even know if they came from Facebook. And then you have, whatever the rest is, 65 from, or 55 or whatever it is, from organic, right? So prior to setting up an advanced call tracking system, you don't have this data. And after setting it up, between the CallRail script, the cookies it drops, looking at the sources and the referring URL, and then swapping out the phone numbers with the phone number pool, you have an incredible amount of data. So that's how all of this call tracking stuff works conceptually. There's another component which is offline and single phone numbers. And so an offline or single phone number, this might be a postcard. And you might have a number up here in the corner. And that number, and this lives on its own, so you create a single phone number for this postcard or for all of your postcards. Then when anyone calls that number, then you know it came from the postcard, right? So, oh, we sent out 10,000 postcards last month, and we got 50 calls on our postcard number. So our postcard campaign was good or bad. I don't know if 50 calls is good. So now you can take that and you can put a number on the side of your vehicles. You can put it on a postcard. You can put it in a magazine ad. You can put it on TV. We've actually had this conversation with 2 clients in the last 10 days about TV ads. They're going back to TV and they want to see if they're effective. But they weren't using a tracking number. They were using their main number. So you can put it on TV. You can put it on your email signature. You can put it in LinkedIn. You can put it basically anywhere you want. And so by creating these single phone numbers and then attributing them to certain campaigns, then you have a different style of tracking that is very easy to set up as a marketing company. So some of these things actually already exist. They do already exist with phone systems. But as a marketing company, as a performance-based marketing company, it's like you're not able to create your own phone numbers. You're not able to do your own tracking. You have to rely on the client to set up a number or use RingCentral and create a forwarding number. And it's just like this bogus workaround. So with CallRail, you can do all that on your own as a marketing company, as a business, very quickly, very easily. All right, that's how it works conceptually. In the upcoming videos, I'm not going to be whiteboarding. I'm going to be looking at the CallRail system and walking you through different scenarios, how we use that as a PPC agency, how you can use it as a marketing company or as a business or as a marketing department. I'm going to go through all the different components of their system and all the features so that you can really leverage it and use it to its full extent. I mean, the nominal cost of I think it starts right now at 30 bucks a month. The power and the features in there, if you're using them all, are worth way more than that. So stay tuned, stick with us, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks a lot.